What up, everybody? Comics Remixed 8.3. I'm Wade Wilson, Paul Leonard, David Sanchez.
Hola.
This is the infamous review episode, where we close out our weekly segment here. But before we begin, we want to debut a new segment. Being as Paul is new, we're submitting a new segment. Paul's Collector Corner / Paul's Picks.
Yes.
Paul, go ahead and...
Well, I'm going to start off with something I picked up at C2E2. This is the exclusive Lady Death. Only 100 of them available. So I got number 88 out of 100. Specialized almost, because that was my old hockey number. So I was really happy to have them dig through the boxes and pull out number 88 of 100.
So what's special about this one?
What's special about this one is that she's not quite Lady Death yet. If you see, she's still skin tone, Caucasian toned. In the back there she is, which you know what it looks like if you don't know. She's white when she's in hell. This is before she's dead. So I thought that was really cool. And
who did the sculpts for these? They're pretty cool.
You know what? I think it says on the back here. We got sculpts by Sam Greenwell. You know, so and I think there's quite a few of these female fatalities series.
Yeah, I know there's a Snow White.
Yeah,
there's the actual Lady Death. I think there's a Dawn and a Purgatory.
Oh, so is it a specific publishing company? Is that?
No,
I think it's through Diamond.
Yeah, it's
Diamond
just,
Select.
It's the Diamond Select line, Femme Fatales, and then they license off.
But it sounds like it's like a lot of like the I guess for lack of a better term, a lot of the third-party publishing companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. No, yeah, DC and Marvel aren't in this line.
Of course not.
Yeah, I apologize. That's the only
if that's what you're getting at, but
yeah.
like the Green stuff's in there.
Yeah. Indies was the word I was searching for.
Yeah. Either way, it's awesome. So I think they have some. They didn't sell out of them, so I think they said they'll have them up on their website. So if you want something from C2E2 that you weren't there, I recommend
check out the Diamond website.
Yeah. Also, we also got an exclusive Jungle Book.
Oh yeah.
Which is really cool.
That's a really nice cover.
We got to interview Mark Miller, the writer, Jungle Book.
Fairy Tales presents the Jungle Book #2.
Yeah, this is really cool. It says C2E2 here on the boat. You know, it's got Chicago in the background, so that was one that I really wanted to grab. There was a few others that we missed, so it was nice to get this one, and we interviewed and got signed, so that was really cool too.
Yeah, that was very awesome.
From there, I'll probably jump into my picks of the week. I got to go with Neil Adams' Batman Odyssey #7.
You guys interviewed him at the con.
We did,
right?
yes. He was so cool.
Yeah, you got to see him before the con, right?
I actually met Neil Adams Thursday night. I had to go by the ticket booth. I was taking a break from the seminars that they were doing as the retailer summit, and I had to go to the ticket booth and check on the ticket price for a friend of mine. And Neil Adams happened to walk out to the lobby looking for his son, and quickly gave him a handshake and gave me some advice. That's what I'm not going to mention. It's on a personal level, but. He was a great guy, and then Friday, like Paul said, we got to interview him. That was great. You know, very chatty old guy. Okay, that came out wrong, but I mean, very chatty,
like a
man.
Fun guy. He seemed very.
He's awesome.
Very nice,
like
very cool,
you could tell he was one of those like.
Knowledgeable.
You could tell that he'd be like one of those fun grandfathers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this book.
There's a lot going on in this book.
Robes are in here.
Should we show the big story of this book?
Before you do the intro it. When we were interviewing him, Neil told us to look forward to issue 7, that there was a double splash page on it that was going to pretty much, I think he said, knock our socks off with the word to use.
Yeah. And
go ahead and show that panel or that
ready
page.
for your socks to be knocked off, because if there's one thing you don't see Batman doing, it's this.
Shooting somebody in the back.
Shooting someone with a gun in the back.
Now, if you want to find out why
does Batman have a gun?
You got to pick up Batman Odyssey, Volume 2, number 7.
And why is he shooting someone?
Show him the cover, Paul, so you know which book it is.
Number 7 right here.
There you go. You guys got to pick this book up if you want to find out why. This is the last issue in the Volume 2 series. But yeah, like you said, man, Neil Adams, great guy. I wouldn't mind sitting down with him again, you know, hell, even having a drink with him or something.
I will tell you this, if you are familiar with this series and you look at your issue number 1, maybe you get an idea why Batman would have a gun. Look at your cover of issue number 1, see who's on that.
Alright, stop trying to be a spoiler.
Hey,
it's like right at the edge of your mouth. Like you just want to tell people.
Just buy it. Just buy it.
Yeah. Now you got an IDW over here.
Yeah, this is my IDW pick of the week. This is the Micro series, spotlighting Leonardo, which is pretty much my favorite turtle.
You sad man.
He's a dominant swordsman.
Raphael, man.
You know,
now here's the thing.
I'm pretty sure Leonardo beat him up in Ninja Turtles 1 on the roof.
No, that was the Foot Clan.
Yeah, but he was running away from Leonardo, so.
No, they had an argument. He got pissed off and walked away. Punched Leo's mouth.
Ran away.
What? He didn't run away, dude.
Ran away.
Well,
Okay.
we're watching the same
Who's
movie.
the leader?
Children.
Who's the leader?
Splinter.
Leonardo.
Splinter.
No, the Turtles though it is Leonardo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my IDW pick.
So just because he's a leader don't mean shit.
That is one thing I did miss
And
out
that's
of C2E2.
really cool art. On the
I've
cover,
been
too.
very happy with the stuff that IDW has been putting out and
Really
the
nice
kind of
to
licensing that they've been doing and the kind of artists that they've been having on their books. And I really
And even the
got
panels
sad to
are
miss out on talking.
panels are nice. I mean, it's a nice book. I recommend it.
What else you got?
My third pick is going to be Batman Arkham Unhinged. Based right off the Batman Arkham City game, which is an awesome game. If you like gaming and comic book games, that's the one to play. It's pretty much Grand Theft Auto with Batman.
I see Batman
So,
raiding
I mean,
prostitute
you
in
could
Batarang. I'm Batman.
You know what? There's just a bunch of thugs to beat up, in the city, but they never stop. Unlike if you played the first game, when you get through the
They just
game,
smack around a
there's
prostitute
no
for
more.
charisma
there's-
points.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman, bitch. There's an Arkham City or Arkham Asylum. Once you beat the game, there's no more thugs to beat up. This one, there's always thugs.
Got a Batmobile full of Catwoman outfits. Throw this on.
So
I'm Batman.
this is right out of the game. There's a lot of Catwoman in here. A lot of Batman, Catwoman,
Excuse me.
Two-Face. So I recommend that. Those are my top 3 picks of the segment.
All right, Paul's picks. There you have it. And that'll lead us into our weekly review, David. You know how we do our reviews every week?
You know what I want to review? It's going to be more of a debate.
Oh, here we go.
Go for it.
I'm gonna stand back.
We'll leave it. We'll
I'm
leave
so
it.
sick and
Back
tired
here.
of this damn thing.
Fuck it, go for it.
I'm so sick and tired of AVX. The ending of it, I could see some twists and turns, and I could see why the actual fighting would stop or maybe commence again. I think my biggest grind is unlike a book like the JLA Avengers book, this does seem a little bit more scattered about. I know they're supposed to do those issues where they single out certain fights.
AVX versus.
I feel that those should have already been out. Just by reading this, it would have been great to have that issue.
What I think they're gonna, it comes out this Wednesday. I see what you mean though. It should have shipped simultaneously. But what I think they're gonna do is, you see all the little fights that they have going on in this
The
issue?
skirmishes. They're all those
Yeah, I
skirmishes.
think that the AVX versus is gonna highlight those fights and go more into it. You know what I mean?
I think it would only be possible though to highlight certain one.
Right, of course. Of course.
What are some of the clashes? Who do we got facing off against who?
I mean, one thing that, well, you got the more standard, the more expected stuff like Colossus versus Red Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
You got the one that actually seems kind of interesting is that the underwater fight where it's actually Luke Cage and the Thing versus Namor.
Yeah.
That could be very interesting right there, especially to have Luke Cage underwater with his indestructible skin.
Yeah.
If Namor gets all scientific and be like, well, if I build up enough pressure inside of you, you're gonna blow up within yourself. That would be crazy. I have to just see Luke Cage is like, oh shit, Luke Cage is exploding.
Actually, Bendis watching this. Damn it.
Yeah.
Call Marvel. I need a rewrite.
Yeah, but that would be interesting. He's indestructible skin, so just shove him underwater long enough, and the guy dies.
I couldn't help but laugh at that bottom panel.
Okay,
when I saw
this
it.
is actually the one that kind of ruined it for me. Bottom panel, which is just as equally funny. You got Cyclops taking a shield to his head.
Not any
No,
old
no,
shield.
not
Who doesn't wanna hit
perfect.
Cyclops
It's
in the
Captain's
head? I
vibranium
totally
shield, which anybody else takes this shield to the head, they get decapitated.
Pretty much.
That's an adamantium shield.
Scott gets up. I think it's vibranium. He gets up
Vibranium.
right
Oh.
away. Next panel,
Well, was that
he didn't even get a concussion.
His
As a
visor's
matter of
dented.
fact-
his visor got dented.
As a matter of fact, this pisses me off even more because it adds to my Cyclops mythos.
He's
of
gonna
him-
die.
No.
There was customers in the
Wait,
store
wait,
today
wait.
saying that.
Wait.
Cyclops.
It adds to the mythos, it adds to his origin about the blow to his head that messed up his powers. You're telling me that Cap's shield blow to the head isn't strong enough to kind of like, oh, I'm freakishly powerful all of a sudden.
Right.
Well, it
Yeah,
looks
I
like
can
it
see
hit him
that.
in,
You know?
in his visor thing. Maybe that's
Yeah.
made of vibranium too.
I don't know,
He
man.
definitely takes it off the visor, and the next
Yeah,
page
'cause
the
if you look at
visor's
the panel,
dented.
yeah.
Like you took it right off the visor.
So he
But-
Dude,
looks like
that's
he might have
still-
just missed them.
That's still in
I
his
guarantee you
temple.
this argument will be all over the internet.
That's
It's not
still
by
in his
us, but
temple.
It
others.
still should have taken
Hold on,
about
wait.
half his head off.
No,
Something.
but that's just it. It's still in his temple. That's concussion worthy.
Right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like I just took out the X-Men's leadership. Let's see what happens now. That would have been a great setup. Who's gonna step up now?
They could at
Cyclops
least
down.
get knocked him unconscious.
And
Oh,
then
he
it
didn't
would have
even get
set it
knocked
up.
out. He's standing up. In
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's,
Well, that's
he's ready
it.
to go.
It would have set it up for Cyclops went down. At one point, does he come back and make the dramatic turnaround?
Mm-hmm. That's so typical Cyclops.
no, it's typical Marvel.
It's typical Marvel where something could have just been pushed a little bit more.
I want to know what's going on with Wolverine in this issue.
This is kind of like a spoiler alert thing, but at the same time, like
Spoiler
you
alert.
even brought it up. It's kind of like it's another classic scene. It's a, kind of another scene you expected to see, which is Wolverine on
get-
fire.
Or something just beat the crap out of him.
Right.
But here's the thing: this even in the last panel where you have him kind of like scorched,
Okay.
there's some blood coming out. It's kind of like this isn't as dramatic as
Seen
the
it before.
damage that we've seen Wolverine sustain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here
He was
that's-
ripped in half in the Ultimate
I was gonna say.
Ultimate Hulk versus Wolverine. Remember that?
Remember that run with actually, and then there was that run where it was Wolverine, Punisher, Spider-Man. Was that the Marvel Knights when they were running around and then Punisher kept like
Just shoot him.
he was shooting them, ripped them in half, blew them up.
That was Spider-Man wasn't part of that.
was it
was-
or Daredevil?
Neither way. It was just
Someone
Wolverine,
was in there.
Punisher.
It was,
Wolverine,
I know. It
Punisher.
was, are you sure?
Yeah.
But anyways, I just remember that. That was important because that's what you think of.
That he ran him
Okay.
over with the steamroller.
Magneto's in here. Magneto tore his skin up, and those
Right.
panels, those few panels where that happened, that was even more dramatic than this.
Because
You
at,
get it?
at that point, you got to remember though. At that point, we hadn't seen anything that dramatic with Wolverine. That kind of opened the door for everybody to like, hey, let's torture the hell out of Wolverine, see how much he can take. So now it's a whole. I think Bendis failed on it. What can we do to top the last one? You know, it's like he didn't try with this one.
It's things like that where it seems like even now comics are becoming PG.
To a
Like
point.
why? Like I mean, you have main characters being completely downplayed. Like the Magneto versus Iron Man, I could see that as a very dramatic fight. That should be like its own miniseries almost because you have two.
I could
you
see
got-
that.
You got one
Yeah,
guy
I
who
can
is
see
metal, one guy who
A
uses
constant.
metal.
It's
Well,
just
you
a
got to look
constant-
at it now as
Yeah.
it's not just metal because it's part of Iron Man's bloodstream. So I mean, I could see
Oh,
that
so-
fatal attractions all over.
But that's
again.
just it.
Oh,
You could
wow.
have
Yeah,
points
yeah,
where
right.
you're having
And it takes him
Magneto-
back into a drinking binge.
No, seriously though, you could have Magneto at points where he's just seriously just getting thrashed. No different than Civil War when Iron Man was tearing it up on Captain America.
Mhm.
But Magneto having that edge where he's gone nuts before and torn up New York or tried to tilt the world on its axis. You keep at the end, Magneto reaches the breaking point and just tears all the iron out of Iron Man's blood.
Yeah.
You know, all he needs is a little oxygen in his blood and it becomes
I
magnetic.
just totally got a Brody moment. Remember?
Because this is what this moment is.
Well, no,
Because
because
look at
remember,
this panel.
how he was all like, "Hey, the Thing is this dork made out of rock, Mr. Fantastic."
Oh.
So it's just like I just thought about that, dude. How painful must have that been for Wolverine? Get that adamantium ripped out of his shit.
Yeah, that would have been messed up. Good thing that's just a muscle. And it's not
It's like,
just
ah!
going down there.
Ah,
That's
you
the
know?
kind of thing with that. And then right here,
Anywho.
here's another one where it's kind of like, really? Seriously? At first, I didn't really know who this was only because I was still stuck on my whole Doug Locke versus Iron Man. Would have been a great fight. And you were telling me this was Danger, like the incarnation of the Danger Room. When Danger first came out, she tore up the X-Men.
Yeah.
She should basically be Utopia in a sense. If she were really, if
She
took
should
this-
be Metroplex.
something.
Yeah.
But you get it, like she's this sentient, she's this being, this
Metroplex.
artificial intelligence where she could have just fused into the island and made the entire island a danger room.
Metroplex.
Yeah, that's Metroplex.
All right, fine,
right
Metroplex, Metroplex.
Yeah.
But yes, you know, before the Avengers got there, they were already in a trap,
Right.
and that could
Autobot City.
yeah, there you go. Exactly, freaking, it should have been Cybertron. Okay,
Yeah, I agree.
it should have been crazy. It should have been really hardcore. And instead, you got in that one little panel, you have, oh, Iron Man, he already hacked through all of our systems. But at the same time, wait, he's fighting Magneto over here.
He can multitask. He's not
Obviously,
He's
blonde.
Tony
obviously he's
Stark.
multitasking.
He's not blonde.
And obviously, this whole fight with Magneto and Iron Man isn't a huge deal because another spoiler, Quicksilver just comes and breaks it up.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't get hardcore. It doesn't. The whole issue just seemed very PG.
Even the panels are very basic and straight line.
More than likely, I'm not gonna
I'm
even
not a
touch.
fan of
Okay, one thing I'm not going to touch upon because it's still debatable is whether or not Phoenix is going to be Dark Phoenix and stuff, because that's still up for grabs to see if that's going to make them continue the fight, or if that's the point in the series where they're like, oh, we have to join together to kick this bitch's ass. You know, but I'm most likely just not even going to read AVX3 on the next week.
You're a damn liar.
No, I'm going to, because what I want to read are the battles.
Number
the
3 is
actual
looking
fights.
really cool. We got Wolf and Cat. Looks like they're facing off again.
Alright, so David, this is
I don't like it.
thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Paul?
I'm thumbs up on the idea. I'm thumbs up on what's going on. I'm thumbs down on these panels. Really, these panels are killing me.
The visuals.
All 3 of these books I just showed you look way better as far as the creativity and the
There's
panels.
a cartooniness to it, right?
There's a cartooniness to it.
It's not as serious as it should
It's
be.
not.
It's not as serious as it should be. Yeah, it's almost,
Avengers,
It's almost toned down.
You know, I'm just gonna have to go ahead. I'm gonna
go. I don't even think
I'm gonna have to give it a Zangief.
But
people are getting. But there's not one blood
immediately
drop.
when the more and more I flipped through the pages, I started comparing it to JLA Avengers.
I really
how
like this
dramatic
scene,
that
though.
was.
This is pretty cool.
First of all,
Like,
George Perez was on that, so you can't
but
you can't compare. But
Right.
you can't help it, because when you have someone like that that's drawing multiple characters and panels, you have someone else here attending the same thing. It's like,
And you ain't George Perez.
yeah, you got blown out of the water.
Yeah.
It's missing a lot of drama.
Well, you gotta remember, 12 issues, and it's only at issue 2, so they still
it's
have a long
gonna
way.
pick up. Yeah.
And plus, they say they're not gonna go with all the tie-ins, but we all know. So, thumbs down,
I'm still on thumbs up.
thumbs up, Zangief. What
Man,
else
that's
you got,
a mixed
David?
review. That's not a good review at all.
What else you got?
I wanted to review because I talked to Len Wein, obviously. I wanted, but I can't really review much of his work because the new stuff hasn't come out yet, not until June.
But you gotta look back at his older stuff.
Yeah, when he edited The Watchmen. Which, do I really need to review this?
Nope.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Watchmen. If you're watching the show, you know Watchmen. Pretty much.
If you don't, you're not watching the show.
Pretty much. If you're watching the show, you don't know who Watchmen is, go find out.
Yeah.
They made a movie. You can even watch the movie and pretty much get, it's almost everything off the page except for the end.
Another book that I want to review was a book for some of my friends down in Artist Alley, the Surreality.
I remember that.
Surreality, they're on our Facebook page. You could always link up through us. I didn't bring their book in, but it has if you're very into indie stuff, they have a very really nice book coming out. Beautiful visuals, both the writer and the illustrator. They're both artists coming in on this together, and they have their panels, the way it's illustrated. It's very, very simply done in the sense that it's like if you like the graphic novel Ghost World, you'll enjoy something like this where it's really not heavy visually or heavy just on the verbiage. It's a very good balance, a very good read, and you'll enjoy it a lot. And they sell very good prints. So Surreality on Facebook.
All right. Looks like it's my turn, gents.
What do you got?
I was kind of lazy this week, so I really didn't read much. And the 3 books I'm going to go over, if you've been following us on Facebook, I already reviewed them this weekend, but I'm going to go ahead and do it for the video audience. First book we got is from Dynamite Entertainment, written by Garth Ennis, art by Aaron Campbell. The Shadow, #1. It's relaunching. This book is not your run-of-the-mill origin story, nothing like that. Garth drops you right in the middle of the book, like, hey, this character's been around. If you're new to the character, you'll learn as you read. You know what I mean?
So I hope it's better than the movie that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Alex Baldwin.
Yeah, it's Garth Ennis. Now, being that it's Garth Ennis, don't expect the typical Garth Ennis. It's not Jennifer Blood with the manure going in the face. It's not his Punisher work. It's not The Boys. It's nothing that crazy over, the Pro. It's nothing like that. I think it's only because it's not Garth's. He doesn't have complete free reign on it, being as it's a property, somebody else's property.
And they have.
So he's treating it the way it should be treated. So if you're a fan of the old school pulp comics and everything like that, Shadow is for you. Me myself, I think if I remember correctly, I gave it a C. A C+, so right around average. I'm I'm not a huge Shadow fan, but I am a Garth Ennis fan, so I'm going to continue to read and see where it goes. Hopefully it doesn't lose me. So for now, I'm going to have to go ahead and just give it a thumbs up.
Okay,
You know?
fair enough. Shout out to my boy Mike Mikowski, who always does the Shadow in his cosplay. He does phenomenal work. I'm gonna have to tag him on our Facebook timeline. He was the Shadow again this year, and it was just like really good.
And my other two books, kind of in one. The Legend of Oz, Wicked West by independent publisher Big Dog Inc. Big Dog Inc. is based out of Arlington Heights, Illinois, so you know we gotta represent the locals, you know. This is issues 1 and 3. We sold the last copy of issue 2 today, which is why I'm not holding it. My customer, one of our regular customers came in and I recommended it to him, picked up all 3 issues, so I'm waiting for him to get back to me, see what he thinks. Excuse me. I definitely, before even saying it, I'm just going to go ahead and give both books a thumbs up. I'm a huge fan of when someone takes an existing story that you've known for years and they put their own spin on it. You know?
Fables.
Yeah, something like Fables and all the grim stuff. You know, I'm a huge fan of stuff like that. And that's what Tom Hutchison is doing on this book. Gail is our lead character. It's not Dorothy. And she gets teleported to Oz. The thing is, Oz is more like a Western as opposed to what we know normally know it as. She's been trapped here for 3 years. She has met the Munchkins, but the story starts off with her following what's left of the yellow brick road. Because if you remember, yellow bricks in the Western meant gold.
Yeah. And
people were just coming and just taking the bricks.
So is this a post-futuristic world?
It's an alternate take.
It's
Oz. She's in Oz.
World.
She's in Oz. No, it's not futuristic. She's in Oz. It's just in a different take of it.
Is there something saying like for some reason they needed to take these resources instead of having like
the bricks
ornamentation? Yeah, like you know.
No, it's just gold. Dude, they're gold.
It's gold. It's a gold.
Of course,
rush.
you see gold on the floor, you're not gonna pick it up. You know, there's a whole road paved of it. Of course, they were taking it. But they did simple twists. Toto's in it, but Toto, it turns out to be her horse as opposed to her dog. For what passes as the law on the sheriff around here, she jokingly calls the Tin Man because of his tin sheriff badge.
So the Tin Man is the
exactly.
sheriff. Wow. Okay.
They run into a little Indian girl she's headed to Emerald City, and the Tin Man decides he wants to accompany her. She doesn't want his help, but he's gonna do it anyway. And on their way, like I said, they encounter a little Indian girl, and Gail is very quick to befriend her before the Tin Man says, you know, don't trust her. She's a scarecrow. We don't trust scarecrows. And it turns out the little Indian girl is made out of straw. And as for the Cowardly Lion, when Gail met the Tin Man, it was in a saloon, and the lion for some reason, they painted his face like a clown and had him chained to the piano. He was just
so it was like a show. Yeah. A show thing.
So they let him loose, and of course he was a coward. But he ends up following them, and little by little they're making their trip to the I can't think of the word. The rumored Emerald. I don't say rumored because they don't know if it really still exists. Emerald City, to find the wizard. And along the way, of course, there's the Wicked Witch. And she's after Gail because Gail has something that belongs to her sister. Remember the Good Witch? Remember the story?
Yeah.
And what did the Good Witch give Dorothy?
The slippers.
Exactly. Yeah. And this, she doesn't have the ruby red slippers.
She's got spurs. Yeah.
She's got the ruby red spurs.
She's got spurs?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I call that. She's got spurs.
The gun handles, because she's got the double barrel. So each handle is made out of ruby.
Let's see.
Sweet.
See some of that.
Yeah, let's see here.
Pass one down over here.
There you go.
Oh, so this is the Scarecrow then?
Yes.
So there's the Scarecrow. This is a better looking Scarecrow than
See, I don't know if you guys can really see
Michael
it.
Jackson? Are you kidding me?
But in this upper panel here, she's reaching for one of her guns, and if you see the handle, it's made out of the ruby.
That's gangster. That's
See that?
Oh yeah, the ruby red handles.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Romeo and Juliet stuff right
Pretty
there.
much. So yeah, she walks into the saloon. You know, she's kind of trying to get a drink. She meets the Tin Man. Turns out
What are these flying things?
yeah,
here?
I was gonna hit that. You know how the Wicked Witch has her flying monkeys or whatever? In here, she still has them, but they can take the shape of human beings. So they're, I guess you could say shapeshifters, and they're trying to con her. You know, and do anything they can to possibly get the ruby stuff away from her.
Right.
You know, and the witch obviously does not want her going to
Emerald City.
exactly reaching Emerald City. And if you see here, this is where she meets the sheriff or whatever. There's the Tin Star.
Yeah, the Tin
This is
Man.
why she calls him Tin Man. You know, and it says she's reluctant to have him follow. There, you can see the red on the handles for her guns and stuff. You know.
So there's a lot of character development going
Oh,
on
yeah.
now before they start their big journey.
Yeah.
To the
In issue 2, they at the end of this one is when they kind of agree. Issue 2, they're starting a journey. Issue 3, they're on the journey.
The visuals
Okay.
are pretty good.
Yeah,
Like a lot of
that's
the
one thing
color
that
work.
that I love about
The
this
color
too.
work is really good.
My whole thing is there's an artist and a writer born for every character. And now if you can get the right artist and the right writer together on that book, you've got a hit. And it's very rare that the art, if you go back a page, you can see the right there, the ruby red
Oh, there's
spurs.
the Ruby Red Spur.
It's very rare that you find the team on the right book. There's just certain books that work that way. Tom Hutchison and Allison Borges, they make a great team on this book. Like I said, the art is not too dark, but it's not kiddie art. It's
Right,
just
it's
enough.
Just enough. You see a little
You know.
splatter page. there.
Exactly. It's just enough. It's like Jason Howard and Robert Kirkman on Super Dinosaur. You know, it sounds like a kiddie book. It's because it is a kiddie book, but it's also a book that an adult can enjoy. The artwork is very simple. It's not crazy shaded or anything like that. So
It's got clean panels, but they're creative panels.
Exactly.
So I can appreciate
Good
that
work.
a lot.
Really good work in there.
yeah, so
That's really cool right there. You got a little.
It's like a back and
especially-
forth.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like that.
So, like I said, I give Legend of Oz, Wicked West 2 thumbs up. You know, 1 for each book. 3 thumbs in, I guess, for issue 2.
Oh, here's the witch.
Yeah.
She's got a shotgun in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see what she loaded? Now, the witch loads a bullet into her shotgun and shoots the bullet.
Where's the shotgun?
The bullet ends up turning into a bunch of crows. Like,
that's
as the
cool.
bullet's flying through the air, it breaks apart and morphs into crows.
Where's that scene at?
Should
Toward
be-
the end.
Yeah.
Toward the end when they're running away.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, see, she's loading the bullet up.
Oh, wow.
Boom, and you see it morph. Or not crows, I'm sorry, like flies.
Yeah, like flies or locusts.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah. That's very creative. Very creative. So,
I got a thumbs up without even reading it.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
alright, sweet, sweet. We just turned 2 more fans.
It looks like there's a preview for something
For
else
the
they got.
Critter ongoing series. There was a 4-issue miniseries. Remember all those variants I picked up at the Big Dog Ink booth?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was for that book, for the miniseries.
Well, this is a totally different kind of scape. This is a big
Yeah.
cityscape
Mm-hmm.
type atmosphere.
But yeah, like I said,
What's on the back of that one that looked really cool? What's on the back cover of that?
This is just quick previews.
Oh, the back. Yeah, it's nice one.
Oh, it's that one that you're holding.
Oh, it's this one.
Shadow,
Yeah, it wasn't the back of that.
Panther.
That looks kind of cool.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
But I mean, that wraps up this week's reviews. So pretty good week for the
Pick
most
'em up.
part. Pick
Oh, and
up-
just so you know, if you watched the when I reviewed this splash page here, I might be leading you off, so you're just gonna have to buy it.
Oh, shut up!
Sorry.
All
See,
right.
like, he just wants to say it.
Like-
He just wants to mess it up.
Yep.
All right. So in
No,
closing,
I'm telling you.
In closing,